credit to Michigan State. I thought they played really hard. I thought their quarterback was magnificent while he was able to go. Disappointed in how the game ended with the last drive. Defensively, though, other than that, I thought we played really well. Held him under 100 yards rushing. He's a good player, and we knew he'd make some plays. Offensively, we were out of rhythm for a long, long time after that first drive. They made the decision to take the win in the third quarter, so we had it in the fourth. Big play, I thought, was the wheel route to Jakori to get us going at the end of the third, and then we had the win in the fourth. I planned on taking the ball to have the win in the fourth for a game-winning field goal, but they gave it to us anyway. So, probably a good decision by them. They scored 2 touchdowns with it, but we were able to win the game in the fourth. So, scored 38 points. Not the cleanest game we've ever had. So we'll try to get better.
Coach, you've kind of talked about these games are ones you like because you have things you can work on and get better at, but you ultimately get the win. Did that feel like that kind of game today? And
I think they're all going to be like that in the Big Ten. Did Penn State lose to UCLA?
Yes.
So I know I say it and everyone kind of rolls their eyes at me, but this is what every week's going to be like in the Big Ten now, right? Like you're going all over the country. Every game's going to be a battle. There was the win. Obviously had somewhat of an effect on both teams today. You can see even the punt game. Just the field position. Like we kept hanging the ball up and it was going 25 yards. Part of the reason why we went for the fake punt. I called the fake punt. That's not on Eck. That's on me. So I'll take responsibility for that. And thought we had a great shot at a big play, and just their kid made a nice play. So credit to them.
The fake punt, the special teams today, and what it was able to do, and how it affected the game. How big of a factor has that been?
Yeah, and then we had the punt return. The other punt return for a touchdown. Unfortunately, came back. But we came out. We said we were going to block a punt. Credit to Jameer Khan. Like he prepared all week to block that punt. We told the team he's going to block the punt. Not we hope he blocks the punt. Hey, go block the punt. We said he's going to block the punt. He blocked the punt. Carter scored the touchdown. Should have scored again the second one. So, and you know what? I don't care about the punt. If I'm being really honest with you guys, the punt fake was the right call. Like I'm saying, we're going to put the ball in our guys' hands with a chance to make plays. And we still even had him stopped on that drive. It was 4th and 4. We came unblocked. We trust our defense. And so we're not going to make our decisions based just on the results. We trust our players, and that's the biggest thing. That game right there, Sam, that was UCLA to me last year. That felt like it at the half. It felt like come on, guys. And you know what? They went after it. And, they didn't just sit back. We just kept battling and fighting. That's been my challenge to our guys. 60 minutes of us playing hard is going to be hard for teams to withstand. And in the end, it's basically a 17-point win. Think about that. We're losing at the end of the third quarter. We win by 17. Unfortunately, we gave the last drive. Sorry.
How hard was just the flow to manage just with the win? I mean, you go from 9 minutes of the first quarter with the win. You don't get the win again until the fourth quarter. I mean, just to go that long and have to manage.
I think it was unique in that, you never want to make – so none of this is excuses. It's just the way it went, right? Like, we scored and then we blocked the punt. So, we went a long time without our offense, really playing. And so it was like, hey, we have to get in rhythm now. And then all of a sudden, we just couldn't get in rhythm. But then on the flip side, the same thing happened to them. We went down, we had a long touchdown drive, and then they hung the ball up in the air, and then they never scored again until the last drive. So, offense is so much rhythm. Dana, he kept trying to get in rhythm. Finally, they hit that big play on the wheel. And credit to Luke Lindenmeyer. He's supposed to pin the end. The end lined it up outside of him. Luke just turned out and blocked him. Dylan went up inside, and they – I was really proud of Dylan today. Early on there, I was kind of like, hey, hang in there. And he just he just kept getting angrier and angrier and finally exploded. But I think it was more like that, just long stretches without the ball and trying to get back out there. And that's what Michigan State does. They run the ball and they try to eat up clock. At one point, they were 2 of 10 or something, or 1 of 7 on third downs, but he was just making plays on the scrambles. And we sacked him a bunch of times. Probably would have sacked him way more if he wasn't so elusive.
Moment that you had the wheel route there, and that's right when Michigan State had gone ahead for the first time. Do you feel like that snapped something in your guys at all?
Well, we were my whole point was they just get to the fourth quarter with the wind at our back, and we're just going to go win the fourth quarter. It was 3rd and 9. We were kind of out of rhythm. We got him outside the pocket, and that was a great play design. We ran a similar play last week, the one that Isaiah caught that was, unfortunately stepped out of bounds on, but it was a different play, and we just ran it off of that. And it was a game plan play that worked. And, I just feel like, at the end of the day, when you put the ball in Dylan's hands and Jakori Barney's hands, something good's probably going to happen. And, they found a way to make it happen. And then I think after that, obviously the kickoff it was beneficial. I wanted to get to the fourth quarter, but kicking into the wind, they misfielded that ball. And, that was a 10-point swing, obviously.
How do you feel about just the pass rush? You hit Childs a lot today.
It looked like we were getting there. They had everything they could to slow you down. They were running the zone reads and stuff that slows you down because you're trying to play all that. But he just could have hit mute. He didn't have to run out. So it looked like we were getting there a lot, but again, our whole focus this week, our whole defensive focus was stop the run, no big plays to 1 and 6, and tackle 2. And so, they held them under 100 yards rushing. So I know we're not very good run defense, but we were today. and I mean that sincerely. We haven't been a good run defense. Well, today we were, and so that's a challenge to our guys. But then the quarterback, we didn't tackle the quarterback well enough. So I've said it on record many times. I love this team. Even at the end, Sierra, I was very positive, and then Sierra got up and he was furious about that last drive that we let that backup quarterback move the ball down the field. So they're hungry for more. But I don't want to minimize how good 2 is. I think he's excellent, and he's done that to everybody. Because because we stopped the run, it became more of a drop back type game and a movement game, and he was able to make plays. He's a good player.
You mentioned it earlier about growth about last year, kind of reminded you of last year. How much growth have you seen, and did this really prove that you're headed in the positive direction?
We're not trying to prove anything to anybody. That's the biggest thing for us. Our guys have done a good job of blocking out everything. I mean, that's the second game in a row we've been booted home. Our guys are out there and they're mad. Dylan's yelling at the crowd. I'm like, don't yell at the crowd. They paid their money to come here, right? You know what I'm saying? They're paying $12 for a beer. You know what? It's part of the game. Go play well. When you're not playing well, go play well. And so we're not trying to prove anything. We're trying to play good football, and it's really hard. The Big Ten is hard. And it's not we're not focused. They got good players too, and they game planned us too. And so I think the biggest thing is we just keep hanging in there and playing. But I don't know. I mean, like I said, I think this is a game in previous years we might would have lost, or not went the way it went. But we end up with a 17-point lead, and then we give up a touchdown. They're mad afterwards. So I like the mindset and where it's headed. There's a ton of things we have to clean up. There's a ton of things we have to get better at. We are not a perfect team. We have to play around all of our things. But I also say we show up every week, even when it's not perfect. Our guys show up. Even the Iowa game last year, you can't say we didn't show up, right? So our guys show up every week since that UCLA game last year. And this was the first game that kind of felt sneaky like that, ugh. And even at halftime, the coaches kept saying, come on, did the defense. Come on, guys. I'm like, we need pep talks? They scored 7 points. We need a pep talk? What are we talking about here? So it's just growing. I thought John Butler was awesome today. On the headset, he was fiery. He was scary almost. The Philly in him came out. And I think a lot of our guys hunted and played well. So, like I said, this team scored a bunch of points last week against USC. They're a good team. Why
did you guys decide to make the changes you did at offensive tackle, and how do you think it went?
I have to watch the film. I'd hate to comment on it because, there were some things there's some things today where it's probably on the quarterback. There's some things today it's probably on the wide in terms of a couple of the sacks. They brought a safety. We had I forget which sudden change it was. We got the ball and we took a shot at a big play touchdown, and the safety blitzed and the tailback didn't go back and block him. So it's just one of everybody in that kind of stretch where we were out of kilter. But it certainly didn't feel like last week. There were times it did, in the middle there. But once we kind of got in rhythm, I thought we were good. So anxious to watch the film. See how those guys played, but we love everybody. But it felt like, hey, this is we need Pritchett's size and strength, and he's been getting better and better and better. We have not played him to get him to grow, and he's grown, and so we felt like he's earned the right to play. And Gunnar and Teddy were ready at right tackle. We went with Gunnar for most, I think, the whole game. So I'll see the tape. Sorry.
You mentioned Dylan and the frustration, and you said getting angry in the second and third quarter when it was sputtering offensively. Was he reacting the way that you would want him to react?
Yeah, I have to go back and look at everything because it's easy in the moment to be like, is he looking at the rush? Is this but maybe the in cut's not quite wide open, and he's protecting the ball and all those things. Even the interception in the third quarter was so reminiscent of the end of the game at UCLA. And if you guys remember the times I've talked to you about sitting in the cafeteria the one day in camp and sitting there with Dylan, him watching the UCLA game was on the Big Ten Network, and him being like, shoot, it's a 7-point game in the fourth quarter. And I said, yeah, bro, they're all going to come. Don't panic. And so I love what he did after that. I felt like there was a little time there in the middle where it was just kind of like, oh, what's happening? At some point, I want to see I want Dylan angry. I want in the moment locked in, but I want a fired up, blood in his eyes Dylan, because that's the best Dylan that there is, and the guys will fight for him. And but other than that, I can't say exactly how everything else went. You know what I'm saying, Mitch? There were so many things that were happening that was going fast. I'll have to watch the tape to really, really dissect some of the X and O stuff. But I thought the play, I'll go back one more time to the double post wheel to Jakori. I thought that's the play that kind of ignited us and gave us a shot.
Deshawn Singleton, 2 interceptions and almost had a scoop and score. They called it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that ball was forward when they called it. Everyone was celebrating. I was like, second down, get ready. No, I'm so proud of Deshawn, and I hope everyone saw. This week we put out the thing about him and his brother. It's just so great when you see good people do good things. Now, the guy takes his brother in, and I'm just, and his brother, here his brother is, he's on our team. He's doing well in school. Like, you think about it, he went from getting shot at and fearing for his life to now he's a college student here. And so that's who Deshawn is. And so I love him. I'm so happy to see him make plays on the ball. Butler was ripping him for not scoring, like he should have scored on those plays. But, and it was a credit to our pass rush. I mean, even those plays, he stepped up versus zone and was throwing the ball, and we were intercepting the ball. So I thought our pass rush really came alive this game. It looked like from where I was standing.
Was there a moment of just kind of joy when Hunter breaks free and the shoe comes off and you go get the shoe?
Yeah, well, and I ran out there because their kid went down, too. I was making sure he was okay. But, yeah, like, I just think, like, sometimes even our guys, they think, like, it all comes down, like, let's call this play. Like, it's not. It's great players making plays, right? And so, like, Isaiah made that catch, and Lindenmeyer makes his block, and then left guard or some of the center, I don't know who it was, makes their block. But then shoe comes off, and that's who Isaiah is, man. He's like, I've told you guys before, he's a tailback. He's in the '90s, he'd have been like an I formation tailback. Like, I'm saying, like, that's who he is. He's a guy with the ball in his hands. He was hot today. Dana kept saying, like, we got to get the ball to Isaiah. We got to get the ball to Isaiah. So. Really happy to see him do that, and just the fast shoe came off, and he was ready to play. That was great.
How'd you feel for Carter Nelson getting a touchdown?
Yeah, happy for him. He just gets better and better and better. Happy for Jameer that he blocked that kick, and happy for Jameer's told a lot of stories to us about eating lifting in the student center at his last school, great school. No disrespect, but like coming to this facility, how grateful he is. And if you could see that moment, Dylan. I mean, if you see me, Dylan hit me, and I limped for the rest of the game. Like, but the joy on the entire team because how much they love Jameer, like how hard he practices, how hard he does everything. Like, just when you see a guy block a punt and Carter score a touchdown, the guys love Carter, they love Jameer, and how they all celebrated. I thought that was really great. And Carter did some other really good things in the game. Caught the screen. Unfortunately, we had a 15-yard on that play. All right, thanks.
Thanks.
Questions?
For how big special teams in this game today?
It was huge. I feel like we've been talking about it all week, and we just we already said it was gonna be a block punt by Jameer Khan. That happened. We said I'm gonna take one back this week. That happened, but it seemed like I called back. No bad towards Carter. Still my guy. They was blocking at a high level on the perimeter on special teams, and just ready to get in and get better from it.
Hey, the wheel route, coach, when he was in here, mentioned a couple of times that he felt like the 45-yard pass on third down right after Michigan State took the lead was what sparked you guys. Did you feel that in that moment?
Yeah, I mean, I always feel good every time I make a play or anytime a play happens. I feel like it's a momentum builder, and I felt like after that drop pass I had, I was like, I got to go make it up. You know what I'm saying? So when I made that catch, it was a proud moment. I wish I would have scored, but hey, we still came out with the dub, so I'm proud of the guys.
I just see Dylan kind of handle some of his struggles. Coach Rule said he kind of got angry.
Yeah, he was. It's football. You get tackled a couple times, you get upset, but I feel like he played it. He kept a level head. We came out offense, and we continued to do what we do. Emmett came back and scored, blocking. We were doing our thing, and I feel like we played good on every aspect of the game, special teams, defense, offense. We just picked each other up.
After that touchdown drive in the first quarter, it was a long time on the sidelines. Was it a little bit difficult to get back into the flow of the game after that?
I wouldn't say it was difficult, but it did feel like a long time. We was on the sideline. We was over there. We was talking about it. We was like, dang, we ready to get back out there. You know what I'm saying? Just take some pressure off the defense, of course, but defense did their thing. So, you feel me? We all came together and played a good game, and I'm proud of them. I know they're proud of us.
What was the mood in the locker room at halftime?
At halftime, just putting them away. Just putting them away, I'll say. Coming out there, just taking their soul. Take all the hope out of them. They came and made it a 14-14 game, and we don't want to go out with a blowout. We want to be fun. You know what I'm saying? So when they came and scored, I got hyped. I was like, oh yeah, they think they got a shot. So we got a chance to take their soul. So it was good. It was good that happened, and I know y'all liked it. So yeah.
Hey, Jakori, how much more comfortable are you getting back there on fielding punts in comparison to week one to now?
I've been comfortable for real. I'll just say, just wait until that moment came, and it still ain't come yet because I got called back, but I'm still working at it every week, just getting better from it. I trust my guys out there blocking. They want to block for me. Every time we go out there, they tell me, this the one. So I know that they think that, so it's on me from there. So I'm happy to have them blocking for me. Happy for Coach Eck. Hope we made him proud on his birthday. Yeah.
Like you mentioned a lot of things. You saw a lot of things on special teams that helped change this game. That play was a big one too, even though it got called back. Like how much of that has to do with the attitude that Coach Eck has brought to playing special teams here?
Just knowing that special teams and getting an extra drive, how it changed the game, builds momentum. I could feel it. When we were on special team, they were kind of nervous to punt it, or because what happened, a block punt. One was took to the house, called back. So we felt it, of course, and it's always good to know that your opponent fear you in an aspect of the game, and yeah, we liked it.
After you had those, Deshawn thought he had a touchdown. You thought you had a touchdown on your return. When Isaiah stepped out and scored with one shoe, what was the reaction to that?
I was lit. I was like, all I see is elbows and head. You know what I'm saying? He was running for his life. I was like, you literally ran out your cleats. But I'm happy for him. I wish I was in there to block for him. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, it was a touchdown. Proud of Keelan. Going in motion, bringing him with him. It was a nice play, and that was a big momentum boost in the game. And I'm proud of him for that touchdown. He been waiting on it for a minute. So,
How good does the win feel after sitting on the Michigan loss for 2 weeks?
Can you repeat that for me?
How good does it feel to get the win and take the Michigan loss out of your guys' mouth?
It feel good to get that taste out your mouth, of course. You know what I'm saying? Feel good to come out here and play another game. We've been waiting for a while. So it was good to be out there. And we on the next week.
Coach mentioned how much maybe last year you might have reacted as a team collectively little different when you guys went down a touchdown. How much growth has this team made just maybe mentally about not worrying about being down and going up and taking it, like you kind of said, taking the soul?
Yeah, I'll say just taking that next step. Just taking that next step, like with the guys in this program. Like, we tired of the curses and all that. It's not curses, it's us just getting out there and playing the next play. Like, at the end of the day, the coaches call whatever. The players got to make it come to life, you know what I'm saying? So we all just have that mindset now, and we tired of the past and all that, and we just want to be in the moment and, you know, bring this back, bring Nebraska back. Like, we doing it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm happy to be with them. I'm happy to be a part of this, and I can't wait to see what else we do in the future. I know it's going to be some dubs, so I'm proud. I'm ready to go.
Thank you, Jakori.
Thank y'all for having me. Yes, sir.
No, you're all good.
Felt like the pass rush was getting there early and often. Is that what it seemed like on the field?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, we just wanted to cause as much pressure as possible. Getting back to them, guys did a great job of that today. I feel like we were really active in the backfield.
They had just 21 rush yards on 14 first down attempts. I mean, how big of an emphasis was it to kind of shut down those early run plays for them?
Huge. We wanted to shut down those run, open up the passing game because we knew what we could do pass rush wise. So I feel like we did a good job of setting that up. There was some little stuff we got to clean up in between, but like as an overview, I feel like we did good at shutting the run down.
What was the plan on Childs? I mean, after a while, were you guys like, hey, we just got to stay back and when he takes off, be ready for it?
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to give him as much pressure as we could, though. It got to a point where they let me spy him a little bit more, not letting him get out the pocket as much because he was trying to make stuff happen with his feet. So, yeah, we had more of an emphasis to just collapse in the pocket, not really trying to get too much past him that second half. But sure, I was jumping the snaps. So they really gave me the green light to do whatever.
What you guys work on these last couple of weeks as it related to run defense? It seemed like it paid off today.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that bye week, I mean, that was beyond the emphasis. That Tuesday and Wednesday, we were going head to head like it was a scrimmage. Shoot, that really got everybody's physicality back in line. Everybody's mindsets was ready to go.
What was the vibe in the locker room after the win?
Shoot, I mean, excited. I mean, we were 1-0 this week, so excited as we should be. But I mean, also at the same time, we don't really like how that fourth quarter went with a backup quarterback coming in and throwing for 60 yards against us. Like, that does have to be, those are questions that do need to be answered. So tomorrow during film, we'll definitely address all that.
What was the lift on the sideline when Jakori made that play? He was down 7.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we were so excited. I mean, Jakori does that damn near every day in practice. So we were just waiting for one to break in a game, and it did. Got everyone blocked the dude. Everyone did their assignment. I mean, I think there was a block in the back. Is that what it was? I mean, but shoot, I mean, it was a great play.
What about Jameer Khan's punt?
Oh, huge. I mean, he's blocked it literally 10 times this week practicing it. Like, he's been flying. He's getting there like 1.8 seconds during practice. So we all knew he was going to block it. It just had to be good timing. So, I mean, shout out to Jameer.
Dawson Merritt got the start. Obviously, you guys kind of go back a little bit to
Yeah.
Kansas City days. I mean, what did he do to kind of get this position? And
I mean, Dawson's been working his ass off since he's been here. I mean, he's always. I mean, what I'll give Dawson is he's mentally ahead of the game. Definitely props to his dad and where he's been from because I can relate. So he's definitely mentally ahead. I mean, physically, you guys see what he can do. He's really athletic, and I mean, today they really gave him that opportunity. I feel like he used it to his advantage. Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Questions?
I mean, what did you see out of guys when it wasn't going your way there for a little bit in the middle of the game? You had like 77 yards of offense late third quarter. What did you see on the field?
Yes, sir. Even on the sideline, I've seen our team come together as one. We've been through a lot of adversity, and our team's been through a lot. So, like, we know, the defense had our back earlier on, and we know that we got to go out there and make plays. So we brought it up as an offense, and we just said we got to go execute one play at a time, and then make the winning play when the hat is on your head. So that's what we did.
How much did the win just factor the downfield passing game? You guys had to play the whole second and third quarters into the win before you got the ball back, and that's, I think, 31 of your 38 points came with the win today.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough, but that's football, man. We really can't control that. We just got to control what we can control, and that's just going out there and executing. That's going to be the factor in games, whether if it's cold outside, raining. We just got to go out there and execute. So we're not really going to use that as an excuse. We just got to execute.
I mean, what did you see on your second touchdown where you had the long run for it?
Yeah, I kind of seen, the defense was getting a little bit tired over time and just staying true to my reads. I seen the backer flow over, and so I knew I had to cut back. So I just pressed it. I was a little patient, let it develop, and then I seen the backside open up, and that's what I just made the run, made it happen.
Your first touchdown was kind of a clever play. Were you guys excited to use that?
Yeah, I was super excited when Coach Holgerson put that in during the week. So, give credit to him. And that was a great play call, and then the guys executed it well. So I was really excited for that, too.
Coach Will said, he got pretty fired up, and then all of a sudden he started playing better because of it.
Yeah. Like I said, man, we got a good team. We got a good bond here at Nebraska. Like, when all that was happening, man, we was all having each other's back. We all told Dylan, like, we're going to go out there and execute one play at a time, just flush whatever happened. So at halftime, man, we was really excited because we took it as a challenge, Some people can take it as a threat, but it was just a challenge for us to go out there and win that game.
Is this a game that maybe a year ago you guys would have won?
Just focusing on the present, but I just know we got a special group of guys, and it's a four-quarter game. I know that we have a lot of guys who believe in each other, so I expected to win that game, and we did as a program too, because we know nobody outworks us, and we go through a lot in the offseason, and when it's in the fourth quarter, we know we're going to be the stronger team. Appreciate y'all. What's up, guys?
Questions?
And what was your guys' plan on Childs and just slowing down their running game?
Yeah, we know that Childs was a good player, so scheming up like a good game plan for him and being able to contain him and his athleticism was like the goal. So even though he made good plays, I think we accomplished the goal. And even though he's a great player and he made a couple plays, I think like obviously the outcome of the game.
Hey, Javen, when you've been a part of so many teams at Nebraska and so many games, maybe like that have appeared in doubt going into the fourth quarter and haven't gone Nebraska's way, what's it like to now be starting to experience games like Cincinnati and this one that do finish in favor of your team?
Yeah, it's a little different. I mean, no shot on the other teams I was on, but like the culture, I feel like they are part of our culture too. So like throughout the whole year, like all the years, Nebraska has grown to become a winning program, especially with Coach Rule and the way the players have taken on the culture and taken on the standard and the process that we do. We have pride in it, so it shows on the field. And it took a long time, but I'm glad the results are showing.
I think you guys' pass defense is so good. It's really good. Why do you think it's been so good this year?
Integrity. Practice is hard. Practice is harder than the game. So people get yelled at, people get screamed at for not doing their job, for messing up in practice. So when the game comes, it's kind of like second nature. People just line up and make the plays that they're supposed to.
Coach Will said Butler was fired up today. Is that your view of it?
Butler's always fired up. So like he's always fired up. He's always has energy. He always screaming or whatever. That's just Butler, and he's just trying to get the best out of his players, and I appreciate that.
Rule said it was Philadelphia John Butler. What is Philly John Butler like?
Oh, he's rough nosed, get in your face, will square up with anybody on the field. He's a gritty coach, and I love him. I love that about him. He just loves to. He's just really roughneck, a really hard nosed coach, and he wants the best out of every one of his players, and it shows with passion.
Career high in TFLs for you. What's that like after long journey for you?
I mean, I'm just really happy with the win. I really didn't pay attention to with all the stats and stuff. I mean, whatever I got to do to help this team win and help us get that W and go on to the next week is what I'm worried about.
What was the mood in the locker room after the win?
Oh, amazing. Everyone was dancing. Because like we just won a close game. We won a Big Ten game, which is always going to be a hard-fought game. So just being able to win those games and then go into the locker room and celebrate with your teammates, there's nothing really better than that.
What did you see from the demeanor on the sideline during the time that the game went from 14-0 in your favor to you being down 21-14 late in the third?
Our demeanor, I mean, like as like humans, you're gonna something kind of creeps into somebody's mind and stuff like that. But with the culture, that gets that's how you defend it. So with players on our sideline, we just kept telling each other we got to keep going, just play it one play at a time and go hunt. That was the motto for this week. So being able to go hunt and being able to make plays where we're supposed to make them and play our brand of football, that's what we focused on.
Hey, you guys won the turnover battle again. I think you're at +6 for the season. How impressive is that stat? And it's such a swing for where you were just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I mean, with us learning more about football each and every year, having our young guys learn about football, having even our older guys learn about more football, we just know like what is important in the game and how to win a game. So I think we focused on the more important aspects of football, more important aspects of how to win a game. So that's one of the main points in football is turnover margin. So I think focusing that on since I've even been here, turnover margin has been probably top 3 most important things in football and in general. So I remember Coach Rule harping at us like that's important, and it's obviously showing based on the stat that you just gave me.
All right, thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
All those picks he had.
Hey Dylan, just how big was the play to Jakori? I think you guys had 25 plays for 19 yards before that play. Kind of broke the game open.
Yeah, we were struggling. I mean, hats off to them, but also we were killing ourselves. So we don't know what that is, but we'll go in tomorrow and figure it out. But, you know, it's a lot of games like that in the past have not gone our way. So for us to kind of make the plays towards the end down the stretch to win the football game is encouraging for us. So we're proud of that. But, yeah, that was a big play. Luke did a great job, kicked this guy out. We actually wanted him to be inside, but he was outside, and it was just time to make a play, so we did.
What happened on that play from your perspective that allowed you to buy some time, step up in the pocket and make that throw in some situations where it looked like earlier in the game things were breaking down and not working out?
Yeah, it was the way the play was designed. It was a sprint out. So I just knew that I wanted to get out and make something happen. And, Jakori ran a great route, and they cut him loose, and then we made that play, and then kind of felt from there we were rolling. So, we just stood in there. And we kept swinging. They kept swinging, and, it feels good to get the win with making those plays down the stretch.
Coach Will said that the blood in the eyes Dylan is the best version of Dylan. What does he mean by that? And what are you feeling that?
Yeah. Well, he came over to me in the middle of the game and was like, "This is me and you." And, that struck me. And then we went out there and scored. And he was just trying to tell me to take my energy because I was juiced up to the team and everybody. So what I told him, I said, "Coach, I don't know if I can say this, so I won't say it. But I said, I got blood in my eyes. Like we're going to win this football game. And I wasn't going to let it slip away." And so – it's something you train for in the whole offseason. You wait for a moment like that, so you got to jump on it when you get it.
He said angry, that you were angry. I mean, he saw it up close. You were kind of describing it. Is that how you felt about the way it was going?
Yeah, there were some plays that, we've gone over all week and missed some there, and you go back and look at it, and there's guys running wide open. And, it's the worst feeling when, you're either on your back or you're scrambling for no reason, and there's guys running wide open, and you're trying to get the ball off. So, I don't know. I'm proud of the way the O-line fought, though. They kept fighting. They kept punching, and I thought, Pritch did a great job locking down that side.
I know you don't want to make excuses, but how did the wind factor into the –
Yeah, it didn't factor at all. Yeah, it came out in pregame, threw with the wind, threw against the wind. And, it was about 4-yard difference going into the wind and going against. So the wind didn't factor in anything. I didn't think any throws were, I don't know, maybe there were some bad throws, but, the interception was terrible. But go ahead. Yeah, next question.
Corey came in here and talked about taking Michigan State's soul at halftime. What was the vibe that you felt for the team going into halftime and coming out of it?
Yeah, there's a situation in the Michigan game where we had the ball and it was tie football game, and as we were watching the tape, we're like, these are the drives that you got to go down and you got to score because you never know if they go back out and score because there's great football teams in this league and you can't give anyone hope. So Jakori, that dude makes plays left and right. Too bad the punt return got called back, but he does a great job leading alongside with all the other guys. So hats off to him.
Coach said that you play your best football when you're angry. I don't know. Do you agree with that, or does it just make you focus?
Yeah, I'll have to talk that up with him on if angry is the right word. It'd be more just zoned in. I was in the zone, even though the game may have not shown that, but just super focused and nothing really fazed our offense on what was going on. There was things not going our way, and I'm just super proud of the way we stuck together because we knew we were going to keep punching. They were going to punch, and eventually someone's going to have to be knocked out. And, my man Zay didn't have a shoe on, and we threw the knockout blow. So that was a big one for us.
Yeah, you did mention, Coach mentioned that last year kind of reminded him of the UCLA games.
100%.
Yeah, and last year obviously didn't turn out the way today did. What's changed? What has grown?
Yeah, that brotherhood, that locker room is strong. Like I said after the loss, we're either going to break or we're going to come together. And you saw a bunch of guys rally together, and we made plays down the stretch, and that's all it is just making plays when it counts. You're not going to win first quarter, you're not going to win the second quarter. We knew they were going to be a third quarter team, so we just had to withstand the storm, and And we came out on the end, and I thought our pass rush and our D line they got a lot of hate, which is unfortunate, but I thought they rushed the passer tremendously well, and our DBs and then linebackers covered, so they gave us a shot to win, and our guys made plays.
When you guys can force 3 turnovers and then special teams can have the impact they had, how much easier does that make your day and take some of the pressure off of you?
It's important, and special teams can tilt a game, and you've seen it today. It got us a score, a couple scores, one got called back, and our defense was causing havoc all night. That was a big emphasis this week was havoc plays, and they forced their quarterback to make plays and play the football he didn't want to play, and it resulted in interceptions and helped us keep pushing forward.
Dylan, Coach Rule said that you hurt him when you guys were celebrating the block punt for a touchdown. Can you talk about it from your perspective?
Yeah, he was just smiling at me, and as I was running down to go celebrate Jameer, he just was staring at me, and I'm like, he probably wants me to hug him and squeeze him, so I did. And I thought all this training was going to pay off for him, but I guess it didn't. He got to lift a little more weights. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
I'm good. Are you sure? I am 100% good.
What made you so effective today?
Really just practicing all week, knowing and doing my assignment, and executing on the plays. And then when the play's there, just make the play.
Deshawn, can you talk about the work ethic that it's taken from you in the summer and just in those moments in practice to deliver a performance like you did today?
I mean, it's just, like I said, when you come here and train, the mentality you have to have is try to be persistent throughout anything. So, persistence is just being consistent through trial. And I feel like with the summer, I made my mind up and said, I'm going to do what I have to do in order to perform on the field. And by the grace of God, I'm able to do that. And so with the help of my coaches and my teammates, we can all come together and make plays.
What was the mentality of the defense as the offense stuttered a little bit in the second quarter for you guys to keep getting turnover after turnover?
Go out and ball. That's our mentality. I mean, it's hunt to be hunted. We trying to go hunt. It ain't fun if you're not playing. So as a defense, we want to be on the field too. We want to go out there and make plays. So offense gave us opportunity to do our job.
What do you see just from this team when there were tough moments? Like you say, you go through trials during the season, during a game, and you're down 7 points. What did guys show you today?
We just know how to stay neutral, man. There's gonna be highs in the game, there's gonna be lows in the game. You just can't be flustered because something goes wrong. Or if something goes right, you got to stay neutral because, it's a 60-minute game, and you don't know what's going to happen. So I'm proud of my guys for coming out there fighting. Me and V9 always tell ourselves before practice, fight. And we remind ourselves of that, and we go out there and play.
What was it like seeing everybody said Jameer Khan, they expected him to block a punt this week. When he did that, what was that like?
Man, that was amazing because, he a dog, bro. Like he a workaholic. I tell you, that boy do anything to be on the field. And when he made that block, I was so proud of him. I was just filled with joy. That's my dog right there. And we prepared for that all week, and we said it's gonna happen, and it happened.
You're not the first person to wear this shirt. You're wearing this as Operation on it. Mm-hmm. What's the backstory of your T-shirt?
That's an inside thing with Coach Rule. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm not allowed to get that much detail. But
Deshawn, what was your perspective on that side pass that you almost took to the house that got called back?
I was thinking, like, no way they just called it back. I was like, man, I just did what I was taught. Scoop and score. We work on that every Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we work on that. And so I was just doing what I was trained to do.
Did it surprise you at all? Michigan State guy didn't even try and go and pick it back up at all?
Yeah, it did surprise me, but I mean, we trained if the ball on the ground, go pick it up. That's as a defense. Like we was always trained that way. If it's on the ground, go pick it up.
Is we're close. I mean, that one got called back, and Jakori's punt return got called back. You were close to having 3 scores on defense and special teams today. That whole complementary football, and how much of an improvement in this team as a whole do you see in that area? From one year to the other?
Much improvement from year 1 to year 3 now. I mean, playing complementary football make the game easier. I tell you that. You don't have to rely on offense as much. You don't have to rely on defense as much. Everyone comes together and plays the game to win the game. And man, it just makes the game easy.
So what did those moments feel like for you? You came in with 1 career interception. You leave with 2 today.
Man, I just thank God, man, for the opportunity He blessed me with to come out here and make plays, man. It's been a long journey for me, and I'm just blessed, man.
You had a couple of Hutch too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Were they in the same game or different games?
Same. I had 2 picks in the same game at Hutchinson, and I had 2 more during the season.
Coach Butler thought you should have taken one of those to the house. Is that what we heard?
Yeah, he was getting on my tail, but I was just thinking catch the ball. You know what I'm saying? Catch the ball.
All right, thanks.
Thank y'all, man.